Welcome to the Chef's Kitchen. I'm your host, Tina Marie, and today we're joined by Chef R.J. Cooper from the future Pigtails and Rogue 24 restaurant in the Washington, D.C. area, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful to have you here, sir.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And of course, we are graced with the presence of Pamela from the Restaurant School. We've enjoyed a wonderful collaboration with the Restaurant School to enhance culinary education for everyone, students and viewers and home cooks like myself. So you'll be working with us today as well.
Yes.
Wonderful. So RJ.
Yes, ma'am.
Pleasure to meet you.
You too.
What do we have on the menu today?
We're going to do two dishes from the tasting menu. One of them we're going to take Catalina Sea Urchins, which is a really new and vogue ingredient. Sea urchins are really kind of popping up in a lot of high-end restaurants. And we're going to do that with Silver Queen corn soup, which we're going to make here.
Ooh.
And use some textures of corn. We've got some corn nuts, some popcorn, and we're going to put some nice, beautiful, fresh Silver Queen corn with it.
Oh, I love that.
After that, we've got this beautiful roget, a Mediterranean fish, usually made into bouillabaisse. So we're going to fillet that, and artichokes are in full season, so we're going to use some artichokes and a little saffron and mussel broth.
Oh, some wonderful, unique things going on
Absolutely,
here.
A lot of flavor, a lot of big flavors.
Let's get started.
Pam can start cutting the corn, and we'll start making the corn soup.
Okay.
Which is just very simple, very, very simple ingredients. We want to start with, of course,
butter.
One of the things we always have to have is butter.
Nice foundation
Absolutely.
of butter.
And we're just going to sweat shallots.
Okay, some finely diced shallots.
And just let that kind of sweat just a bit.
Now this is from your Rogue 24 tasting menu, correct?
Yes.
It's an interesting, you're known for this, Rogue 24. I love the name.
I started it at my old restaurant, the restaurant I just left, which is called Vidalia.
Yes.
On Fridays and Saturdays. 10 people sitting at the bar. We had a wine bar, and there was nothing going on in the bar.
Right.
So
you decided to add some life?
Absolutely.
And what is the 24?
It's 24 courses.
Wow.
24 bites. They're all about, bite and a half.
Yes.
Then you get into, flavor. It's like a roadmap.
Okay.
You're driving down the road, you're making a left turn. Then you're going to swing back to the right. So the flavor components and the balances of the food just kind of jump all over the place.
Very nice.
So you're always having like a carnival in your mouth.
I bet you loved it because it gave you an opportunity to really show your creative juices.
It does. And one of the things that, doing the food, the regional food that we do in the Mid-Atlantic is showcasing where the region comes into art. We're all craftsmen, we're all master craftsmen. You get to that level, then you got to start experience the more creative side and bring that art element into it. So super, super big colors, vibrant flavors, and just really cool plate presentations.
And how we're fortunate with our seasonal ingredients here, like the Silver Queen corn.
Absolutely.
Make use of all that wonderful produce markets. Do you have good relationships with your produce
And one of the best things, I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up in Michigan. So one of the really great things about the Mid-Atlantic region is you can be on the coast in 3 hours, or you can be in the mountains in 2 hours.
Yes.
So you have this vast region of almost like Provence, where you can get into the mountains and eat lamb, or you can come down to the sea and eat fish. So you take both of those and just collide them together.
That's what we like to say about New Jersey. That's why we love New Jersey so much. But to much people's chagrin. But no, I agree with you there. That's the beauty of the East Coast living. So right in here we have our Silver Queen corn, and are you going to now saute this a little bit?
We're just sweating it out. You don't really want to put any color. See how it's kind of just bubbling, the butter? You just want the sugars to come out in this corn. So what we have here is we made a tea. We made a tea out of the corn cobs, and the silk of the corn.
Oh, interesting.
Now in China, what they do in China is they take that corn silk and they make a tea and they just drink the tea. And it's supposed to...
What does it taste like? Does it take on the
like
corn
saccharin.
Really?
Like that sweet, super sweet corn flavor.
All that intense sweetness that we love in fresh corn. Okay?
And so when we use the tea, instead of just putting cream and butter and kind of making that really super rich, we want to use the tea.
The tea, I'm interested you're using the term tea. Is that really what it is?
It is, because it's not...
just water, correct?
Right, because it's not a stock.
Right, it's not a stock.
And it's not a really long cooking process.
And Pamela has so well cut our kernels off of the cob here. And you're in, which program are you in the restaurant school?
Culinary arts.
Okay, so are you nearing graduation, or are you?
Actually, I'm a freshman.
Oh, good for you. You just started your career.
I did.
Wonderful.
I love it.
It's a wonderful program that they have at the restaurant school, and we've enjoyed having many students on our show to help us out.
Great,
Wonderful to have you too.
So we have the tea and the corn. simmering away, concentrating the flavors.
Right.
And we're going to add just enough cream to enrich it.
Okay.
All right, because we want to just, it doesn't need to be a lot. You just want
Right.
enough to just kind
I'm
of go in
noticing,
there.
chefs, now, and I really like this, that when you add cream, you're not having an overabundant amount of cream. It's just a little bit to add that richness that you can't get with anything else.
Right, and with corn anyway, there's a natural starch in the corn, so it's going to help thicken it anyways. So you don't need to super reduce it, and just want to kind of just bring it together.
Cooked something from the show? Went to a restaurant that you loved? Found a place serving innovative cocktails or impressive wine? Become a fan of the Chef's Kitchen on Facebook and share your thoughts. We're back with more from the Chef's Kitchen.
What we're going to start over here is our broth for the rouget.
Okay.
And this is, out of the provincial cooking is olive oil, garlic.
Always.
So we got the olive oil, the white wine, and just kind of let that kind of start emulsifying together. And we want to kind of, instead of sauteing everything, we want to poach it and just bring out the natural flavors into it.
You're talking about your fish.
No, the garlic and the shallots.
Poaching the garlic.
Yeah. In the wine and the olive oil. Because we don't want that kind of sauteed
Yes.
kind of flavor, kind of smoky.
Yes.
So we want more acid, the brininess of the mussels to come out.
Very interesting way of putting it. Great.
So we get that going.
So we have some nice mussels.
From PEI.
Okay.
And we're just going to steep those.
And being down in DC too, you have that. Maryland has some great, seafood, and of course known for their crabs down there, which I'm sure you use.
They do, and everybody thinks that Maryland is the king of seafood in the Mid-Atlantic, and you go down all the way to the region of Virginia, into Delaware, and Jersey.
Yes.
The Cape May oysters are the biggest things.
I don't have to say a word about New Jersey. You've been preaching, singing the praises of it, which we love here. It's great.
So we're gonna let that go. We're gonna add
Okay.
a little bit more wine to that.
And of course, we'll probably take out any of the ones that don't open up after they
Right.
cook, right?
And once
Okay.
we open them, we're gonna use the meat too and the flesh to put into our ragu.
Wonderful.
So we have that. Bam! You can stop doing the corn. And what we do with these artichokes is we're going to tourné them. And
Okay.
what we mean by tourné is just to clean off the outer leaves and get to the heart,
So
or the
for
choke
this
of the
dish,
artichoke.
we're only using this part?
Right,
The
and
heart.
because we want this nice little crunchy texture flavor, and you don't want a lot of people to use their hands. I mean, I eat artichokes like
I love
Man.
artichokes, but it's such a labor of love, RJ.
It is,
With
absolutely.
artichokes, I mean, it's work. It's a beautiful thing, artichokes, but they're work. So.
Absolutely. So we have the artichokes. We're gonna slice really, really thin. You can use a knife or one of those Japanese mandolins. I'm used to using a
Okay.
knife. Just like
Admiring your beautiful knife skills, of course.
years and years of.
Any accidents ever?
Are you kidding me?
I needed to ask. right?
I have a backdoor car to the local ER.
ER,
room.
right.
Absolutely. And so it's like, okay, I have 20 minutes.
Yes, right.
Back to
the
action.
restaurant.
Absolutely.
restaurant.
So these are just, raw artichokes too you could eat too.
I would love
Try
to.
that.
You never get to taste them raw.
The best thing about raw artichokes
Nice
is
and crunchy.
it's the nuttiness of them. So we want to kind
Yes.
of pull that. We don't want to
With a little
overcook it.
salt, I could enjoy this like on an afternoon. Look, and oh.
And dip it in olive oil.
Oh, yeah.
So our corn
Great
soup
snack.
is almost done.
Nice and frothy, our corn
Absolutely.
soup.
And
Okay.
we started
That's
adding
wonderful.
salt and pepper to it earlier.
So do you like to salt and pepper as you go along?
Absolutely,
Layering
because you
it?
want to layer the flavors.
Okay.
One of the things that I
Love
was
that. So nutty, you're right. You forget because you enjoy artichokes most of the time when they're cooked down. You forget in its raw state how nutty and fresh it is.
Right.
And our mussels are opening up nicely here.
right. Oh, that's going to be gorgeous. So we got this going.
Yes.
Now I'm going to pull out the Catalina Sea Urchins.
Okay, these are the sea urchins. This is what we've been talking
Right.
about.
These are the tongues.
Okay.
Put
Tell
this
me a
in
little
here.
bit about this. What's going on here?
Well, this came out of 2 live sea urchins.
Okay.
And what they do is shuck them. The big spiny things. They're beautiful.
Yes.
And they really caught. We're gonna put that right there for you.
Sure.
And we're gonna saute them in just a moment. And they really caught hold of everything
They're right
during the
there.
days of sushi.
Yes.
So-
well, the days of sushi are still upon us, don't
Absolutely.
you think?
I mean, come on.
Yes.
I love it.
All right. Who doesn't?
So, the brininess and the sea flavor and the sweetness, there's a difference between the West Coast and the East Coast. The East Coast are a little bit more salty, a little bit more deep in flavor, like
Like the
East
people.
Coast, right? And the East Coast oyster. I was getting to the East Coast. That was her. That was not me.
As opposed to the West Coast sea urchins.
which are a little bit sweeter
Okay,
and a different brine flavor. So we're gonna put that
interesting.
in here.
And these are the East Coast.
These are the West Coast.
Oh, these are the West Coast. Do you
from
prefer, which do you
Catalina.
prefer?
Whatever's available for the
Okay,
season.
okay.
Because, you know, they're not always available.
They're not always available, so you're gonna use what you got.
Pam, can you blend this soup for us?
Absolutely.
And we'll finish the next dish, which is super easy. So.
Okay, very good.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're back with more from the chef's kitchen.
All right, so we're gonna fillet our rouget.
Our rouget, which and you said we usually use this in a bouillabaisse.
Right, they use the bones and everything for the base, the bouillabaisse. You know, it's a red mullet.
And we recognize that nice ruby red
Right,
scales
right.
from that dish.
And we want to serve this, you know, with the skin on. Have it
Okay.
nice and crispy. It's gonna pan sear just beautifully. Very simple.
And the skin is thin, so we will have no problem.
Thinner than a snapper skin.
Wow.
So, you know, and that's the thing. You know, learning how to cook fish at a restaurant like La Bernardin.
Yes.
You know, we didn't take the skin off the fish.
Is this how they started blackened redfish? Is this the kind of fish that was used for that?
Similar.
Okay.
Redfish is from New Orleans.
Okay.
Or down in that region.
So a
Okay,
similar
we want to strain that
type.
into that pot right there. Okay. There's a big strainer right here. Sorry, I'm in your way.
No, not at all.
Thank you.
So you just filleted that fish, the rouget, and then we're going to just pan sear that?
We're just going to pan sear the
Okay,
fish.
and a little bit of olive oil.
And it's great with olive oil. I mean, olive oil that's such a unique, and this smells like a Spanish olive oil, so it's got that unique nuttiness that comes from the region. And we're going to do everything in this pan, the rest of this dish.
Okay, so everything else will take place right here.
Score the fish just a little bit.
Okay, so you're
Super
scoring
hot, I
it
don't want you to-
so that to cook the interior
Right.
quickly, probably?
No, so
Or
it
no?
doesn't, see how it kind of
Oh, so it doesn't curl?
rolled up, it curled up. The fish is so fresh,
Yes.
that
It'll just curl right up.
just curls straight up.
That's interesting technique. That's something that we really need to remember. And you helped it along with pulling it down with a
Right.
spoon, too.
We'll season the flesh.
So very fresh. I love how you're creating that nice outer sear.
Right, and you don't need a lot of salt and pepper. And you see, you know, the fillets, this is, for a tasting menu like 24,
Yes.
this is one fillet per person. We added some saffron to the mussel broth. Now you should taste this at this stage. And we didn't add any more acid to it, so there's no more lemon or anything.
So
in
really,
it.
this is only mussel broth, saffron,
white wine.
and white wine.
Garlic
And some garlic. Smells fabulous in here, Chef. That is so packed with flavor.
Oh, absolutely.
Really, it really
Absolutely.
needs nothing else in my book. A really wonderful, wonderful flavor. Deep, those mussels are, it just,
So we're gonna add into this,
love that.
you know, we're just gonna enrich it with just a little bit of butter.
Okay.
We're gonna add our artichokes here. Okay.
Okay, so saute right next to the fish.
Right, because all your
Look
fish,
at that.
your fish
Beautiful.
is ready to go.
Look at that.
So it comes out.
Yes.
You blot it on a towel. Get your artichokes going.
Wonderful way to enjoy them in the summer. Some salt. It's very Mediterranean. Like
very
you said.
Mediterranean.
Like you said.
Absolutely. I did my homework. All right, so we're gonna plate this one up. We're gonna take some of the mussels out of the
Okay.
shell. Just add them right.
You're going to add them right into the artichokes.
Add them right into it.
Okay.
Because they're ready to go.
Can we help you with that?
Absolutely. A little more.
And your new restaurant will be called Pigtails. And there's a history behind that name, right?
There is. There's
Something else in your life.
Yeah,
Right?
You know, I was blessed with identical twin girls
How
that are now
fun.
3.5. That, you know, every time I put pigtails in their hair, they pull them out. So, so we came up with the name Pigtails because it really kind of fits the genre of what we're going to do in the restaurant too.
Really?
Which is, you know, it's very regional. We call it urban fine dining.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a lot of, you know, one of the things with fine dining restaurants now, the tablecloths and the
Yes.
crystal and all that stuff's going away because
Yes.
those kind of diners aren't there any longer. And this we're going to plate like we do for 24.
Okay.
And what you want to do is just take just a little bit of the garnish, and you can put that right on the bottom of the
Okay.
bowl.
Very good.
And what I'm going to do is just kind of finish this broth over here while you're doing that.
Good.
And we're just going to enrich it with just a little bit of butter because it needs it. Just needs a little
Little
touch of
richness.
fattiness to break
Okay.
through with those artichokes and so forth. That's perfect. Is
that perfect right like that?
Couple more mussels.
Okay, very good. We don't want to be stingy with our mussels. These are beautiful, nice and plump.
Right, and I know you spoke with Robert Wiedmeyer earlier. He's the king of mussels.
He's the mussel king.
He's the mussel man.
Right, with his new restaurant Mussel Bar.
So we just want to put this right on top. Kind of see the garnish.
Oh yes, beautiful.
And, take a little whisk and lift that up and go to town and kind of whisk that sauce really well. Just add a little bit of pepper.
Yes, I can see where the addition of butter really makes it.
Which is called a
buttery
classic,
glow.
right? It's called a classic nage
Yes.
in French, and that's what we want to do. And we just add a touch of olive oil. Use a spoon. Touch of olive oil right over the fish.
Beautiful. I can see the Mediterranean influences in this dish run strong.
It is, and you know what? Summer is, a lot of Mediterranean food.
Yes.
So, which is nice because otherwise, a lot of that heavy northern food gets really heavy. It's super heavy.
It gets really heavy.
Right.
Well, we need it in the wintertime.
Right,
to
and
survive
there's long braises and so.
Yes, and
it's
they're
perfect
wonderful
for
and
winter.
rich and.
So we got these from the farm this morning. We got some micro arugula.
Just this morning. It's a beauty.
And we're gonna put some chive blossoms with this, just because instead of using regular chives, they're in season.
And they're so pretty.
Exactly, boost of flavor. So now I'm gonna, while you're doing that, that's ready to go.
Yes?
I will plate the sea urchin dish.
Okay.
Stay tuned for more. We're back with more from the chef's kitchen.
So we're gonna take, a bigger plate than we would have for 24, but just kind of want to strewn
In their raw state.
in the raw state because the broth and the soup's gonna warm.
Yes. So you actually want to almost cook them, actually.
Absolutely.
And Western sea urchins. I've learned a lot from you today, actually. Western and Eastern sea urchin, the different flavor profiles indicative to each. Oh, and corn nuts.
Corn nuts, because of the texture, you're gonna have that big corny
Yes.
flavor.
Nice contrast to,
My favorite
I
thing in
like
the
it
world.
too.
This is one of
Popcorn.
my friend Jose Gracias was like the pioneer of putting popcorn on a plate. I love it.
Oh,
Because
who
it's got a-
doesn't love popcorn?
Exactly.
And how creative to add it to a dish like this.
Absolutely.
Really nice, RJ.
And it's about, and this is very simple. It's not super molecular or modern.
Yes.
But it's still real food, and that's what we kind of preach. So then we have our soup, which is a little thick. I'm gonna add just a touch more cream to it.
I love your use of textures.
And that's what the beauty
Popcorn
about
and corn
food.
nuts and
Can
sea
you blend that
urchins.
real good for me?
Really,
Right. And we could put the broth on that, and you could try it, and we could do whatever you want
Wonderful.
to do.
Do you want it around the fish or over
Right
the top?
around the fish.
Right around the fish.
There you go. Now look at that color.
Beautiful
The olive
color.
oil.
Actually brings out the red in the fish.
Exactly.
The saffron.
And you think about what bouillabaisse is.
Yes.
Saffron, fennel.
Yes.
So we took the fennel element, turned into the artichoke.
Yes.
Still have the saffron, which is more the aioli or the rui that they put into it. The mussels. Everything that's regional.
Beautiful dish.
All right, so now
It's a
we
work
have
of
this.
art. This is ready for a tasting
Absolutely.
table, correct? Very, very beautiful.
So now we have this fun dish, which is, taste this. This is just,
Oh, it's nice and frothy, which I like.
can you smell the urchins?
Yeah.
Smell that briny sea flavor?
Oh my goodness, that is sweet. That actually could be a dessert. That's wonderfully
Exactly.
sweet.
And my favorite thing in the
Fresh corn.
my
Love it.
favorite new dessert on my menu
Is what?
is
Corn.
a grit financier
Oh, lovely.
with a corn puree, blueberries, and brown butter popcorn ice cream. It's delicious.
Oh, how wonderfully creative.
So it's a lot of fun, So I'll just take
Yes,
this
go
one
right
for you,
ahead.
'cause it's a little warm.
This is an exciting dish. I think anything
Right.
with popcorn in it is an exciting dish, right?
Absolutely.
But it's really, really
Because
exciting.
popcorn's just not for the movies anymore.
No, not in your book, not at Rogue 24. That's why, hence the name Rogue 24.
And that's it. That's all we
Okay.
want to do. We don't want to serve a lot of that because
Beautiful.
it's so rich anyway.
We can take this right to the tasting menu and
Absolutely.
let us commence our celebration. Pamela, please join us over to the tasting. We get to indulge in all of these wonderful designs and creative.
Right, and the best thing to eat with this
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
is to use a spoon.
Really?
Instead of a fork. Because what happens with a fork with the broth, it just goes away.
Oh, okay.
So you really want to kind of just get in there with a spoon and a knife and go for it.
This is so beautiful. I really love all the colors going on in this. I'm going to actually take a mussel and a piece of fish.
And an artichoke.
That's so clean.
And very flavorful.
Nice, crunchy, beautiful, beautiful flavors.
Try.
Okay.
Really, really nice. I'd like to taste some of that soup, though. That's really calling my name. Please, Chef, I want you to indulge as well. Such a treat to have you here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
So corn and sea urchin. We've allowed.
Now you can sit on the dock and make this with a bottle of Chardonnay.
That is outstanding. Sweet, all these textures going on. The addition of the corn nuts and the popcorn is really mind-blowing. Please taste this soup. This is something rare and inventive, and
You got to
only-
use a spoon.
Yes,
only a
yes.
celebrated chef like RJ visiting. Oh, right here. Huh?
Thank you.
Go, dear. Visiting our set today can show us such a treat like this. Really, really creative.
And you know, it doesn't take a lot of food to make your palate happy and
Yes.
scream. And that's what the beauty about cooking is.
Yes.
You can take simple ingredients like tomatoes when they're out and just slice them right out of your garden with Maldon sea salt and olive oil. And you know, that's the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of it all. That's why we're here. We love it. Thank you, RJ
My
Cooper,
pleasure.
for
Thank
joining
you.
us
Thanks
here today
for
at the
having
Chef's
me.
Kitchen. It's been wonderful to have you
Thank
here,
you.
direct from DC. Thank you, Pamela, from the restaurant school. We love having restaurant school students here in our set.
Thanks for having us.
Just the joy of learning and cooking. Thank you both.
Lifetime of it.
The Restaurant School is the exclusive partner of the Chef's Kitchen for the education and training in the culinary arts. Cooked something from the show? Went to a restaurant that you loved? Found a place serving innovative cocktails or impressive wine? Become a fan of the Chef's Kitchen on Facebook and share your thoughts. Craft services provided by Garces Trading Company, a European-style gourmet market where you can enjoy delicious bistro fare in a bright, airy setting. Flowers on the set provided by Nature's Gallery Florists, distinctive floral arrangements with European flair.
A wonderful experience, a great way to promote cooking and regionality in the United States. It's a beautiful experience.